So next, PlayStation 5 showcase / state of play, new PlayStation 1, 2, 3 classic remasters, and Phantom Blade Zero PlayStation 5 news. Those are the stories we're going to cover today, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. First, yes or no, do you think Sony is overdue for a big PlayStation showcase or not? We've had some good events in terms of state of plays, but if you ask anyone what was the last big PlayStation event they remember, it'll probably be the 2021 PlayStation showcase. Yes, we've had events with good reveals since then, but that event was such a big impact, and I think people want that type of event again. Let's see. So comment below, yes or no, if you think Sony is overdue for a big PlayStation showcase or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Phantom Blade Zero PlayStation 5 news. Reading from Games Radar, the developers of Phantom Blade Zero claim they're trying to channel pre-Elden Ring From Software level designs for the game, even if they're adamant it is not a Souls-like. Phantom Blade Zero's development team has been very focused on letting players know the upcoming game is not a Souls-like, but even if it's primarily an action game, it doesn't mean there's no Souls DNA in there. Speaking to Games Radar, Phantom Blade Zero director of S-Game told us the game is built upon 3 pillars: Devil May Cry light combat, Souls light level design, and Resident Evil light atmosphere and narrative. A rep told us on the Souls light level design side, we are definitely a fan and inspired by the pre-Elden Ring interconnected tight level design. Before everyone thought we were making a Souls-like game, Lang said, the director of the studio. So in order to prove we have a totally different combat system for the core gameplay, we're focusing on these combat demos that we've been sharing. But now people maybe have come the other way around. They think it's a hack and slash with no story and just you kill to the end. But it's not something like that. It's more like a Resident Evil but fighting with blades. So this was an interesting way of describing the game. It has interconnected tight levels that take inspiration from pre-Elden Ring era of Souls games. So this isn't a Souls game in gameplay aspect, just level design from what I understand. It has the gameplay from a hack and slash title like Devil May Cry, which you can see from the gameplay videos. And this one, it's very specific. The narrative style and atmosphere is similar to Resident Evil. So the last part was the most important one to me personally, because I played this game at Tokyo Game Show last year, and it was very gameplay focused, and of course that was fun and it was intense, but it ended up being pretty much a bunch of levels with boss fights. But again, that was just a demo to showcase the gameplay. I was personally worried that the final game would churn out like that, but a proper story attached to this seems to be what they're teasing here and what the trailers have teased before this. So let's hope they combine all 3 aspects in a way that feels like a proper game, as opposed to just a boss rush mode with maybe some story aspects in the background and you're just walking between level to level to level, just fighting some minions and then a boss, then minions and boss. I hope it's more than just that, but we're gonna have to wait and see. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, PlayStation Showcase or State of Play. So, we've heard from Jeff Grubb before that Sony has plans to either do a PlayStation Showcase or a State of Play for this summer. According to him, Sony has been deciding on which one they end up going with. I've personally said, I don't care what the event is called as long as Sony first-party games show up. That's all that I care about, that's it. Looking at more recent events, we have Twitter user Detective Seeds chiming in. He has a bit of a shaky record from what I've seen personally, but considering Jeff Grubb backs a PlayStation event this summer, that's a bit of foundation to go on for this. So this is what Detective Seed said over on Twitter. Show is brewing, should have more solid info to put out in a week or 2. So more information from him potentially before the beginning of May, which is less than 2 weeks away. I'm wondering if it's leaked games or the date of the event. I'm hoping it's more in terms of what could show up at the event, because focusing on the date, if the event is happening next month, it'll most likely be later later in the month. Looking at previous years, they tend to have these events late May or early June. As for what could be there, I think Saros is pretty much locked in for the event, as the studio confirmed more gameplay later this year, unless they decide to do it in the fall or something like that. Wolverine, I assume at this point, should be getting a gameplay trailer and a release time frame, honestly, at this point. Intergalactic is another game on the list. Maybe that could get an update. If it's actually releasing in 2027, I think it probably won't be there. We'll probably see it later in the year, maybe, sometime at a PlayStation event later in the year or potentially next year. Ghost of YOTEI. I'm not sure how we're almost in May and we have not received an update on this game, new gameplay trailer, or the release date of the game, considering it releases this year. So hopefully that gets rectified sometime soon. I'm hoping it gets announced soon and it has a short marketing cycle and it releases, sometime in July, but it may potentially release in August. Death Stranding 2, we already have a release date for that, so that one is good. Then you have potential surprises like the rumored God of War Greek title potentially dropping later this year. That's going to be a big reveal, a wild reveal if it happens. So let's see how this goes. But you guys let me know if you think that God of War Greek game will actually be revealed this summer, or do you think it's not a real game? Let me know it down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, PS1, PS2, PS3 Classic Remasters. So I titled this story like this because all we know about this story is that there are classic games set to make a return, so I assume it'll be games from those console eras, PS1, PS2, PS3, maybe even PSP. But recently, William R. Aguilar on Twitter, who is a person who collects gaming information and analyzes them from what I've seen. And I say it like that because I'm not sure if he's an actual gaming analyst as a profession, but putting that to the side, he recently replied to the post we discussed earlier in the video from Detective Seeds, where, he was talking about the PlayStation event. This is what William said. Some of the games we thought they would reveal last year actually work better for this year in retrospect. So then he gets called out by somebody, but the part I want to focus on is what he said in response. I was never proven wrong. Somehow you forgot that some of the returning classic PlayStation related IPs I was hinting about were actually revealed in December, including the Sly Cooper ports and Okami 2. Some of them like Patapon and Hot Shots Golf, Everybody's Golf, were revealed later than I thought they would be, because at the time it made more sense for me for them to be revealed in December as part of celebrating the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, but they were revealed instead a few months later after December because they were being published by Bandai Namco. There are still 4 other classic PlayStation related IPs that are returning that I know 100% without a doubt exist, with a few more that I just have one second-hand source telling me about them that I'm not 100% on. Some of them will just be native ports like Sly Cooper Trilogy, which I also hinted at was coming before it was announced. Others will be remasters, remakes, and sequels. So just to make a side note on the Sly Cooper aspect, they didn't all just release in December. They kind of had a staggered release throughout last year. So I think it was like through the summer, then later, and then in December, we had all 3 of those games released separately. And then by December, we had the whole trilogy. So I guess he was trying to hint that the last game would be revealed in December because they weren't all just revealed in December. But moving on from that, I'm hoping he's accurate on this because Sony has a bunch of classic games that need to make a return. Killzone, for example, they had Killzone 2 and 3 on PlayStation Plus streaming years ago, but they just took those out one day from the service and have said nothing about them since then. I've been hoping these would come back in a proper way, maybe remasters, a proper remaster of Killzone 2 and 3, just, nice upscale and that's it. Those games already look gorgeous. Then you have Infamous as another franchise. Even though the games are on PlayStation Plus right now for streaming, they deserve remakes, honestly, especially Infamous 1. The God of War Greek Saga, which at this point, if they are coming back, I assume they'll be ports. God of War 1, 2, and the PSP games would be ports, while Ascension could actually get a remaster since it was a PS3 game, so they don't have an actual running emulator for that just yet. So maybe that could be an actual remaster like God of War 3. But William expects that these games he's talking about should be revealed before the end of the summer, and he states if they're not revealed by the end of the summer, he'll leak them himself. So let's see how that turns out. But you guys let me know what classic PlayStation game you want back. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. So subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is a part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with the summer gaming season is coming. This is my favorite time of the year. We get some nice summer gaming events, new reveals, exciting stuff ahead. So I'm looking forward to that. If you are as well, destroy the comment section with the summer gaming season is coming. And I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.